many, many women who did exactly this. Got a hold of me to harass me, to bully me, to call me names, just to be cruel, just because they heard a rumor. Well, it wasn't just a rumor, was it? It was a rumor spread by police, a rumor spread by the media. And you see how nobody cares if it's true or not. Cora Bowers doesn't care what's true or not. She just wanted someone to hurt. She just wanted someone that she could take her 3 chins out on. Cora Bowers is a horrible, horrible person. And I have to say, I am sorry that I was born in the United States. I am sorry that Cora Bowers is Canadian and that I'm an American. I am sorry, Canada, that you have a Cora L. Bowers there. I am sorry that she is such a mean person. When you guys want to be angry at me for any of the things that I have said or done in the last 7 years, I want you to remember that I've been dealing with people like Cora Bowers, Layla Johnson, Kara Johnson Miles, people with Down syndrome have it especially rough. People with cerebral palsy have it especially rough. And people with autism have it especially rough. That's because you assume that we're retarded. We're not. Retarded means slowed down. My brain is not slow. It's too fast for my mouth. And my mouth is pretty fast. I can choose to talk really fast if I want to. Do you like that? Do you like that? Do you like that? I can say it over and over and over again. See, anybody can do that. Anybody can type mean, hateful things to another person. The thing is, I started off being diplomatic. Cora L. Bowers didn't start off being diplomatic. She started off being mean, like most of you did. Those of you who assume that I stalked Natalie, maybe you should look at the actual evidence. See, while Natalie and I were in contact before she died, her choice. Yeah. Imagine that. I let her know that I had to walk over 60 blocks to meet her. It's when she was supposed to meet me in Boulder at the Starbucks, and I wanted to meet at the police station. She didn't want to meet at the police station. She wanted to meet at Starbucks. But I let her know that I walked over 60 blocks to get there. Now, how did I know that she was stalking my Facebook? It's a pretty easy one. After the fact, Tim Beeson's texts. She told Tim Beeson that I walked over 100 blocks. Well, it's because it was over 100 blocks. And that's what I posted on my Facebook, but I didn't tell her that. I told her it was over 60. There's a lot of people that, sure, they'll admit to a little bitter piece of it, but only if they can throw in a bunch of hateful pop shots. Shannon Alvarado likes to do that. A lot of alcoholics and drug addicts like to do this. For somebody like me who has to defend himself against the public, against people like Cora Bowers who actually, well, have friends. What did her friend do? Her friend wanted to get a hold of me and pretend like I was stalking and harassing Cora L. Bowers. Nope. She was the one threatening to kill me. Genius. Step one, you find somebody that you can be mean to when you have a bad day. Somebody nobody cares about, that it's okay to yell at them and scream at them and curse at them and threaten their lives, threaten their families' lives. All because you assume that nobody cares about them. Well, she picked somebody nobody actually cares about. Lots of people cared in words to me, but not to anyone else. Lots of people wrote down stuff on pieces of paper they expected me to turn in by myself. Lots of people said, well, I don't know who to turn it into. Well, neither do I. They keep lying to me. I know who I'm supposed to turn it into. I also know that alone they don't let me, and I also know that since I had to go in alone once already, it's going to be 10 times harder, especially if you don't know what's going on. Now, Cora L. Bowers, her friend Lisa wanted to get a hold of me and start in on it. See, Cora L. Bowers is the one who wants to break the law to begin with, and then she goes to her friend to threaten me with the law. Am I afraid of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police? No. Not even if I was in Canada. The problem is, down here in America, we got a problem with corruption on every level. People who don't want to do their job. Any excuse that they can make, whether it's legal or not, our public officials will make. There's no reason for Cora L. Bowers or hundreds and hundreds of other people to be all sending me friends requests. What am I supposed to do when somebody is a bully? How many of you tell your kids to stand up to the bullies? And how well does that actually work? I keep forgetting the camera's down here, so I'm not looking at it. I keep looking at the top of my camera, or at the top of my phone. Cora L. Bowers was not a good person. This is how she started off. All because my friends didn't care before Natalie died. My family didn't care before Natalie died. The police didn't care before Natalie died. My therapists, including Nicole Gerald, Nicole Peralta, Jeff Ritter, did not care before Natalie died. My caseworkers, Tamara cared to begin with the Ashley lady who was supposed to be my caseworker after her, never showed up. I was also pressured by Nicole Peralta to, well, not just Nicole Peralta, but also Tamara's boss, to go to Colorado to the Front Range, because on the Front Range, then they would have people that would help me to stop the abuse. Telling me, hey, if you're wanting to go home and see your family in Boulder, you should go to Boulder and go to the Front Range and do that. We need you to understand that they're going to want you to jump through a bunch of hoops. Well, yeah, I know that. That's the problem, is that I'm broke already. I'm already broke before you make me jump through those hoops. And then they don't do any good without a friend or family member who cares. When you're a disabled or at-risk adult, you are 100% dependent on somebody else, because you're so easy to manipulate. And I don't mean manipulate as if you're stupid. I mean manipulate as if you're desperate, as in an at-risk situation. When it comes to children, the elderly, or the disabled in an at-risk situation, you may have no expectation of privacy. Cora L. Bowers is not a good person. She's got a husband named Mike Bowers. They also have a woman with Down syndrome in one of the pictures. That makes me worry for that person who has Down syndrome. How that person might be manipulated. How that person might be the target of hatred and discontent. Because who's going to believe that girl anyway? She's got Down syndrome. Chances are you'll treat her the same way you treat me. Of course, it's probably worse for her. Cora L. Bowers has the ability to lay her hands on that girl. Whereas Cora L. Bowers would have to hop across the Canadian border and make it all the way here to Tillamook, Oregon, and put her nasty cock beaters on me.